All right, everybody, welcome back to the NBHL Commish Chat Podcast. I'm NBHL Commissioner Anthony Sanrocco, joined by co-founders Gianni Sanrocco and TJ Janus with two extra special guests here, one being my dog, Rosie, and the other being Denis Hickey, Team USA national team ball hockey player, Marlton Dawgz for 10 years. If you are in our league, they're in Jersey Tier 1. They've been around since day one when we started our league in 2015. And now an MMA fighter going for his first amateur title this month at the end of the month. So, Denis, thanks for, I guess it's our second in-studio interview, but thanks for joining us. How are we feeling?
Thanks for having me. I'm feeling good.
Yeah, how's the nerves for this, huh?
For this right here?
Yeah.
They're kind of high here.
Like as much as a fight or like, compared to a fight?
Compared to a fight? Yeah, like equivalent or a little higher probably. Yeah.
Well, thanks for coming on. We would, interesting episode. Normally we're ball hockey centered here, but, Denis started in ball hockey and at a certain point transitioned over to MMA fighting. And the story is crazy, at least what I know of it. I don't even know the full story, which I'm looking forward to hearing it all. But, I guess we'll just start with the ball hockey part first, and then we'll transition to the MMA stuff. But, how did you get into ball hockey to start?
I guess my dad must have signed me up. I don't really, I think I was 5 when first year I played in Marlton, Chipmunks. Me and Austin Mauger, shout out Austin Mauger.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. Like, I got into it because my older brother played. Like, you're the oldest, in your, family. So dad just signed you up to get into it.
It was between that and basketball. And
yeah,
I did try both, and basketball was not for me. So hockey it is.
The correct choice for sure.
I remember just playing like as a beaver, and you're just a magician in the face-off dot. So like anytime I'd go up against Dennis, I'm like, all right, I got to try and win this. And I just never would win it. And I'd be like so ready to win the face-off and just lose it every single time. And I remember vividly just being on the Bruins. And you were on the Wild maybe or something like that. And you were just gross in the dot. So that always just stuck with me.
Yeah, that was a natural thing for me.
Yeah, the hand-eye coordination was, unreal.
We had a game.
At an early age.
I remember in freshman, a little fast forward here, we were playing you guys, and we had a deep zone draw to my right on my blocker side, and I went up to the center. I was like, "Hey, just like make sure Dennis like can't do anything here." And you won the draw forward, dangled it around that guy, dangled it around my defender, and then scored. And I was like, "Guys, what are you doing?" And they turned to me and goes, "It's Dennis. What do you want us to do?" I was like, "Yeah, all right, I guess so."
Fair.
But you rose the ranks, Marlton, street hockey, you played on, they call it U10 now, but Penguin, and then Beavers, which is U13, Cadets, U16, like on all the A teams that played in tournaments and whatnot. At a certain point you got to the national team level. What was the process of getting onto that team? Like I remember you were on the junior national team before. You were playing A tournaments. We were on Jersey Fresh back at the time, right?
Mm-hmm. As far as I remember, I got asked to go up to St. Catharines, Canada. I think just to be an extra body for the tryout, and ended up playing pretty good that day, and I guess made the roster. So.
And how many have you been on now? You played 2017. What other years did you play?
I think I did 3 of them.
Yeah.
For the men's.
I would say 2019 and 22, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so right after high school was when I did my first 18s for juniors. That was like right after graduating. We went right to
England, right?
No, that was actually Slovakia, Bratislava. And then U20s was Sheffield, England. And then 2019 must have been my first
was it? Okay.
men's, yeah.
Yeah, that sounds right. Because I tried to make that England team, and I didn't make it. And then I kind of quit ball hockey because I was mad.
I remember there was that picture that someone made of you and Luke in like a taxi or something.
Yeah,
right?
My brother made that. It was the taxi squad. It was like me and Luke and like Brett Silver or something like that. We were riding the taxi.
Yeah, so you played on the national teams, played junior, played senior national team, kind of traveled the world. Came to Vegas with us for the Chicklets Cup.
Hell yeah.
That was awesome. We have the picture of it on the wall over here in the office. Just quick, like how was the Chicklets Cup for you as a player? Because I mean, for us organizing it, it was a little chaotic, getting everybody there and getting it sorted out. But I mean, we went to this tournament. It's, Barstool Sports, Spittin' Chicklets. They hosted it was their second tournament. We won the first one in Detroit. Second one we organized in Vegas. And Biz played in this one. I think we mercied him twice.
We almost mercied them the first time.
Okay.
Second time, we did mercy him.
But how was Vegas for you?
That was a lot of fun. Yeah, thanks for bringing me to that. That was awesome. That felt like playing in the street, like growing up. That was what that felt like. That was cool, like a pickup game, but against like whoever he had on his team.
But yeah, they had, like, for anyone who wasn't able to watch this, like those Chicklets Cup tournaments, they were putting us on like the parking lot. And they were just slapping boards on the parking lot, and that's the surface that we were playing on.
Felt exactly like growing up.
Yeah. It's what we grew up on. Honestly, the one rink that was like kind of like the more polished concrete was nicer than some of the rinks that we grew up playing on.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them were in pretty rough shape when we were first starting out.
Yeah, like Detroit was like very bad compared to Vegas when it comes to the surface.
Oh yeah,
But it was like that smoother. Yeah, it was definitely.
But it was a
better
good
than-
event.
yeah.
It was fun. It was good hockey.
Yeah.
We lost one game in that first day against the War Pigs
Oh yeah, the Canada guys.
in a shootout, and then they ended up losing to Biz's team in the semis.
Yeah, that was an all-time experience. I missed the championship for that one too. I forget why. I think I had
Wedding or
one of my
something?
buddies' weddings.
Yeah.
Yeah. But other ball hockey thing is you're on the Marlton Dawgz, Jersey
Shout
Tier
out the
1.
Dogs.
They won the championship in Jersey. I believe it was 2022 they won. The second year of Jersey Tier 1 they won. But they've been in our leagues since 2015. Like you've been there since day one because we started as a 4-on-4 league in South Jersey, just a bunch of our buddies. And Denis and the Dogs were there day one. I mean, it's just crazy. BHL. I miss that stuff.
That's actually what the Vegas felt like. Was like that because it was a small rink.
Yeah.
On concrete.
Yep.
Brought me back. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe we should have just brought the EBHL All Stars for that tournament.
For the next one.
Yeah.
Might as well.
Do you remember your jerseys? That I think it was the second year of the EBHL. The number
What's
that you
that?
requested. You and Timmy.
No, I don't. What did I do?
Timmy had a T on the back of his jersey, and you
Oh,
had a
yeah.
D on the back of yours.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Sorry about that.
No, we loved it.
No, it was funny. Yeah, there's a couple of those. I remember the Hedgehogs, Dom and Nick DeVito, who play on our Tortugas team in Jersey Tier 1. They had their dad on the team. And one of Dom or Nick had the C, one of Dom or Nick had the A, and then they gave their dad a lowercase a. We got to find a picture of that.
Yeah.
Poor Mr. DeVito. But yeah, this is 10-year anniversary for the Dogs.
That's crazy. Yeah.
It's like
Didn't know that. How many other teams have that?
no one.
You guys are one of
You're
one.
the only,
Oh,
you're the
wow.
only 10-year team.
Shout out the Dogs.
Yeah.
Shout out the Dogs.
10-year.
Yeah, we got a bunch of 5-year teams. We probably got like 20 or 30 teams that have been since day one of the NBHL, but you guys are the only team that's double.
Wow.
The only other teams that go far back are the Caribou, Tortugas, and Hawks. And I guess
And Jersey.
Majestic.
Yeah, and Sloth, but
Yeah,
they've been kind of on and off.
Yeah,
You know?
they've been on and off.
You've been true the Marlton Dawgz for 10 years essentially.
Yeah, we got a good core group of guys.
Yeah, it's
Stayed
been
together for a while, and
pretty much the same crew, though. Like
and
at least the
all of
core.
our friends, grew up playing hockey, so we've had a good influx, and now we got young guys coming in. So
Yeah, it's interesting how much the Dogs have changed. Like, I don't know. The beginning was just, it was like, EBHL, it was 4-on-4. Our roster were like 10 people deep. So like it was you and like Steve Cyan and like all your, your friends. And now it's become like almost like a development program for like Marlton, like young players. Like all the young Marlton players now are coming up and joining the Dogs.
Steve's a good manager. He steals all the young guys from Marlton. He's doing good with that.
Yeah, none of them want to play for the Evesham team.
No.
Yeah.
No one wants to play for the Dukes.
That's impressive. Steve's been able to, pretty much create a pipeline for the Dogs the last few years.
Shout
Yeah.
out Steve.
Yeah, shout out Luke Villano too, who did found the Dogs,
Yeah,
but
Luke
somehow
founded
it
the Dogs,
turned
yeah.
into Steve's team. I don't know how that happened or what.
Wonder if he
but
sold it.
Steve's a great general manager.
yeah, he's done a good job. But so ball hockey, like you played your whole life. you still play now, but at a certain point, you just felt the urge to fight people, I guess. Like, what made you get into MMA? Like, was there like a moment where you're like, I want to get into this? Was it just you went to a gym one day and said, I'm going to try it out? Like,
So I
how
guess
did this happen?
there was an exact moment, like a light bulb went off kind of thing. It was I was planning to do jujitsu for a while. I wanted to just get into it as like a new way of working out, kind of. And I was also like a fan of UFC, like watching it as a sport. I thought if I'm gonna do jujitsu, I might as well. I also needed a way to make money at the time, and being naive, I thought it was like a quick process to like go professional in it, not realizing how much it took to actually go somewhere with it. But that was like the start of the thought. So that actually like got me in the door, was thinking about doing it for money and to go pro in it in MMA. So all at the same time having those thoughts. So
Obviously, you start and like you realize it's a lot more complicated, but like at what point were you like, all right, I can actually pursue this and like, make something out of this? Like, was it right away? You were like, that was like, I'm all in here. Like, I'm
I
going to
was
go
definitely
pro.
all in right away.
Yeah.
Like I just made a decision. And then it just as I like learned more, I realized how much it took. Like in hockey growing up, you practice like maybe twice a week tops. And so I kind of like started doing that, like going a few times a week. And then it progressed into seeing like my teammates training like every day, like twice a day, and like having to try to keep up with those guys. And yeah, it kind of just went from there.
Just get inspired.
Yeah, but just learning what it took, and then it kind of just you got to put your all into it. But I was definitely all in mentally. Just it was a matter of learning what it took.
What's the training regimen like?
Like you got to be doing your skill training, your grappling, and your stand up, and then like your strength and conditioning, like your physical training. So keeping your body healthy and strong. But yeah, training like a couple hours a day, couple sessions a day, every day. Maybe taking a break on the weekends. It's like you got to be competing with the whole world. You can't just be competing with the people around you. So you got to put all your energy into it for sure.
You're there multiple times a day, most days.
Yeah, I'm doing training multiple times a day. Yeah.
I saw the video you recently pushing like 900 pounds.
Yeah,
or
those
something
look
like that.
crazy.
Yeah, sled push.
Yeah,
Shout out,
sled push.
shout out Torrance and Jet Training. Ed Torres running that place.
I mean, I can't imagine like starting out learning just the intricacies of like jujitsu and like just grappling, and like I'm just sure there's a million things you can learn around that. And then on top of that, being in the physical condition to compete and all that stuff, like it's it just seems like a ton.
Yeah, it's a lot of mental effort, a lot of focus, then just a lot of learning where you need to put the focus.
Like, how different is your path to being a fighter compared to like your peers? Like, I can't imagine anyone else is coming from ball hockey into the MMA world.
Yeah, I don't know anyone else coming from hockey. I'm sure there's some, but I don't know of any personally. But I also started late. So I was 21 when I started training. So that's another thing that's different. I feel like most guys start when they're pretty young or have like a wrestling background or some sort of boxing background or something. But I think I use it to my advantage, or I try to at least, where I like started from scratch. Like I started doing MMA like right away. So I didn't have to like relearn certain aspects of wrestling or boxing I just started blending it all together right away.
Do you think that like was an advantage for you? Because I think of like Jordan Mailata on the Eagles. Like he had the build to be an offensive lineman, but he was never taught it. So he came to the Eagles, and the coaching staff is amazing there. And they like taught him to be an offensive lineman. And, he was able to basically start without any bad habits already built up. Like, do you think that was an advantage for you? Or
Yeah, I think also starting at 21, I was old enough to try to not make any bad habits and go into it with knowing that that's a possibility. So I think that helped me too. Yeah.
A little more maturity when you're first starting out, instead of like a young
starting as
hotshot
a
kid who's just doing whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And how naturally did everything come to you? Because I know when I lived out in Seattle, I went to a boxing gym, and I don't think I ever learned how to punch properly. Like I don't know. Like I wasn't turning my wrist right or something. I don't know what the hell I was doing, but like it didn't come naturally for me at all.
Yeah.
But like, was it just something like you stepped in that first day and you're like, all right, like this is for me?
No, I got my butt kicked in the gym for a while. And then when my first fight, I did pretty decent. Because I feel like the competitiveness comes out and it's like a little more intense. So that was I did good with that the first try, but yeah, going against the guys in the room, that was not easy at all.
I mean, how long did you train for before you fought? Like your first like in the ring fight?
It was it had to be it had to have been like a year or two, I'd say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you
And
feel
then,
ready for the first one, or were you just like, let's see how it goes?
Yeah.
You were good.
Both, a little bit of both.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit of both. I guess you don't know until you know.
Right.
But yeah, I was ready to give it a try.
What's it like stepping in the ring for the first time? Like I've said this to you many times, but I just can't imagine like looking at somebody and knowing that their goal is to knock me unconscious. I just can't fathom.
I don't know. It honestly didn't feel that crazy. I mean, it did, but it was like almost like I did it before kind of thing. Definitely like an adrenaline rush for sure. Yeah, adrenaline's pumping, but also I'm trying to hurt him. So it's like, it's really testing if you can put into practice what you're learning, what you think you know.
Like, do you remember like the first moment you stepped in the ring for that first fight?
Mm-hmm.
What was it like?
Just like, it's go time. Here we go. Yeah.
Like, here I am. I guess
Yeah, it's like that guy over there. I'm going to punch him as hard as I can in the face and try to not let him hit me.
How did your first fight go? What happened?
I won. I got a ref stoppage. I was definitely winning the fight, and I was starting to like tire out a little bit. Just like slowing down. I remember the guy like grabbed my head and turned me, and I like tripped. Like as I was on the ground, he like gave me a soccer kick to the face. I like caught it, but he got the ref. It was like kickboxing fight, so the ref like stopped it, like a legal kick because I was on the ground. But it kind of like it gave me like energy,
like a spark, motivation.
Yeah, it was like
lit a fire.
It made me want to get it back, but it was also a chance to breathe, and I used it to my advantage and came back and ended the fight pretty quick.
So he knocked you down, or cheap shot you, I guess, and you just got up and just took him out?
Yeah, I mean, I did catch the kick on the ground, so I was ready to get back over right there, but the ref stopped it, and yeah, we resumed, and I went to work on him, hit him a bunch of times, and got a stoppage.
Yeah, what's the recovery like after that? Like, do you take a beat afterwards, and like
It depends on how the fight goes, how much damage you take. Usually, I try to get back to training as soon as I can.
Do you have like a most memorable moment, good or bad, like in the ring, like just something that you just, I don't know, whether always think about or just like a big learning moment or just like accomplish something you didn't expect to, like something that stands out for you?
The first time all the hockey guys were at an AC fight was pretty cool. When getting a win in front of them, that was pretty sick. Showing everybody what I was working on, that was cool.
I remember seeing the videos of that.
Yeah, they were going
The
nuts.
whole Garden State Warriors team is in the audience going nuts when you knock the guy out, right?
Yeah.
So what's your record now as a fighter?
3-1 in MMA and 3-0 in kickboxing.
Between kickboxing and like the goal is MMA over like kickboxing. It's just like when those opportunities comes up.
Yeah, so it's what's available at the time that you're looking for something. At the end of the day, this is all practice for trying to go professional. So
right,
in MMA, so that's the ultimate goal, is to take it as far as I can.
So you won't, like, are you done kickboxing in fight? Like, will you only do MMA fights, or is just kind of, you take whatever
No,
comes
I
your
wouldn't
way?
say that. I'm not looking for one right at the moment, but I guess we'll see. A lot of guys now are also, once you turn pro, you can go do like pro kickboxing, get paid to kickbox. So that'll be maybe something in the future as well. But yeah, as of now, not really, just focusing on MMA.
So when you got TKO'd, how was like, that's got to be your biggest fear, right? Going like, as a fighter, I guess. I'm just thinking for me personally, like, I don't know what it's like to get knocked unconscious. I don't really know.
Yeah,
Want to know
it's
what
n-
it feels like.
it's
Like, is it a learning point for you? Like, what
that
is
was
that?
I wasn't that was never a fear. Like I always knew that was a possibility. It's more of the loss that you don't want to lose. That's like the thing you're more worried about than because you gotta be a little stupid to get hit in the head for fun anyway, or
Yeah.
for sport anyway.
Yeah.
But it just made me hungry. It made me want to come back stronger, get better, and get it back, and prove that I can actually belong in the sport.
Yeah. I mean, what's the toll on your body? Like, I mean, you've got to be injured all over, right?
Yeah, I got a few injuries. I don't want to speak
Yeah.
on the
No,
specifics,
I don't
but
know. Don't. But,
and not
like,
any currently. I'm good right now, but yeah, you get pretty banged up, I guess. I don't think any fighter is completely healthy. It's
Similar
but,
to hockey.
yeah,
Yeah.
yep. Any contact sport,
right.
anyone's gonna get banged up. So
so then from here, like, what's the path to going professional?
so I'm fighting for Dead Serious MMA. That's the promotion name. It's amateur, and they also are now doing professional fights themselves. And they, I think they're a feeder for like Ring of Combat Professional, which is um, in Atlantic City as well. So they work together with that. But yeah, maybe one or two more amateur fights, and then I'm gonna try to uh, ask for ask for the opportunity to make the switch.
So it's not like you have to. Well, I mean, obviously, winning would help make you go
Yeah, I
pro, but
mean,
you don't like have to.
I'm
It's just like up to people to
yeah,
put
I
you in a
think
pro
you
fight,
just have to
essentially.
be like have to have. I don't even know how it works exactly. I don't even know if you need a gym to back you,
Mm-hmm.
but I think I mean, I've put in a little bit of work. They know who I am, and as long as I show consistency, I think I should be all right. It might take a couple more, maybe.
Yeah.
But yeah, it'll happen as long as I make it happen. So
And then how far up the professional ladder is like the UFC? Like that's, I assume like the NHL of
yeah,
mixed martial arts,
yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah. So I mean, I don't know exactly how it'd be different for everybody, but I would just need to stay ready, stay on weight, and be ready for short notice calls. That's what they say is the best way in is just be ready on short notice. Maybe if the fighter backs out on a local card or something, or just the old fashioned way, just work my way up and get in through just be undeniable. Just get enough wins to get their attention.
Yeah. Don't give them a choice.
Yeah, but even if it's not the UFC, I would love to fight for ONE FC or something like that too, which is I think it's in Japan. So it doesn't have to be UFC. I just would like to get paid for my craft. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You put enough work in. I think it's
Yeah, I want
it's
to.
time, right?
Yeah, it's getting close to time for sure.
I mean, pretty sick, right? Like you're on the verge of fighting professionally. Like it's got to feel like the amount of work and hours and time you put into this to get to this point. It's just insane. Like, I feel like we can relate to an extent where we've put in a lot of hours to achieve our goal with like the NBHL. Like you're,
yeah,
pursuing your passion and, obviously a different passion, but like it's just,
it's gotta. I would assume feel similar to what you guys are doing. I mean, you guys are even more successful than I am so far. So it's sure you guys know a little bit of that feeling. But for me, it was I always believed in myself. So to me, it feels normal. I don't know what everyone else thinks around me, if they believe me at first or not. But yeah, I always kind of knew it would be going this way, at least so far.
I mean, at first I thought you were nuts. I'm like, holy shit, he's going to fight people. But then I was
Yeah.
like, yeah, I mean, it's Dennis.
Yeah, no.
If anyone's going to do it, it's Dennis.
Yeah.
I mean,
so.
when I first heard that, like you mentioned it earlier, like a big part of it is like stamina and like, being in top condition. Like, I don't think I've ever seen you not stop running in any sport I've ever played with you, basically. So it's like, it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, if there was anybody doing it, we're like, okay,
Yeah.
he's the one that could pull this off. Let's see. And, here we are, 6 years later, 5 years later, however long you've been going at it.
About 6 and some change, probably.
Yeah, and just seeing the dedication really like on your, on social media, like the training and, the work you put in is just, I'm like, I could never be disciplined enough to do that myself.
It's
So it's
part
like,
of the reason I had to slow down with the hockey,
right,
was because I didn't have enough time to dedicate myself to this and
right.
continue to play hockey. So that's part of that reasoning.
Yeah.
What's it feel like playing hockey now? Like, is it different?
Oh yeah, I feel like I got brick hands now. Like I'm definitely missing a step, but the ideas are still there. It's just a little slow.
Even you missing a step, Dennis, is still a very good men's A ball hockey player.
I appreciate that.
It's true. How about like mentally going on the rink? Like,
I feel probably better mentally now than I did back when I was playing, like more mature.
I feel like hockey
Like
just
my-
got to feel like nothing compared to like the anxiety part, I guess. Like,
Well,
if
yeah, yes and no, but I always want to. I'm very hard on myself, so I always want to play good. So like I put a lot of pressure on myself. I'm also like having fun when I play hockey now. It's
Yeah.
I'm just happy to be there.
Right.
I mean, is there anything from ball hockey that like has helped you in MMA fighting? Like,
My God, yeah. The cardio, the hand and feet. I feel like it's underrated. The coordination of your hand and feet at the same time. Like any sport that does that, it's like probably translates well to martial arts. But yeah, just and just knowing how to compete.
I was going to say like competitiveness.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
everyone
I
that
mean,
plays hockey knows, how competitive it is.
Yeah.
so can you tell us a little more about your next fight you got coming up? Like, where is it? When is it?
So
Who
it's
you going against? Like,
March
what's the
28th.
deal?
I forget the guy's name. Not a disrespect to him. I just happen to forget his name. I'm taking him very seriously though. For my first amateur title.
Yeah.
For Dead Serious. Fighting out of South Jersey Brazilian Jiu Jitsu. Shout out to Professor Steve and the Bongiornos.
Bonjournos.
And
Steve.
the rest of the team.
So it's like 3-4 months between
Yeah, I was gonna
fights.
say
Like
a couple
pretty
months ago, I
standard.
remember.
Yeah.
TJ, you want to go fight?
I kind of want to fight.
Hey, we can make it happen.
Yeah,
Sign
we
a
can make
waiver.
that happen.
Come to the gym, sign a waiver. We can make
Yeah.
it happen.
Let's do it.
I've been to one UFC fight in my life, and we went out to Vegas and watched the Khabib McGregor fight.
Oh, wow.
It was,
It's a good fight to see.
yeah, it felt like it wasn't. I felt like I was watching a movie just unravel in real time. Like when he
Basically, it
hop-
was a movie. Now that looking back on it, that's
yeah, like
crazy.
when he hopped the ring and stuff. Like we were watching, like, oh my god, is this like really happening?
That was that fight. Yeah. Wow.
And he got away with it. So if you ever need to, I guess you could hop the side.
I thought about doing like jujitsu as just like exercise or something,
Oh, you should.
Yeah. So
Definitely
maybe
should.
I'll hit you up. Maybe I need to do something.
What's your diet?
Right now,
It's
or
got to
like-
be strict, right? Like,
Yeah, it's pretty strict. It's got to be pretty strict because just like the weight cuts and just it's hard to keep up with the amount of training if you're not taking care of your body. So you need to stay healthy. But pretty much just natural foods, just like rice, potatoes. Especially right now, that's what I've been doing. I'm on a specific diet right now, but just meat, protein powder, fruit, veggies.
what weight are
Pretty-
you fighting at for this fight?
This one's at 175 or 176 or something like that.
Is that where you're usually at, or is that
So if I was to do professional, it would be 170. Yeah,
okay?
which I've done one at
Okay.
before.
Damn. So you are playing NBHL this year. You're playing Dawgz.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
And you're gonna play Elite too.
Yeah, I'll be in there.
Yeah. How do you? I mean,
See how I do. I don't know. We'll see.
hockey's just. I can't imagine how different hockey must feel through all this. I mean, we
Yeah.
talked about it before, but just
I feel like everybody's getting better too. Like not only have I lost a step, but everyone's like,
it's fast.
yeah. I feel like I don't know what like. Obviously, it's everything that's happening, but like the fact that there's highlights now, people try to like go crazy with the like just to get on the highlight reels. I feel like, which is good. It gets everybody playing better.
We like it here. I feel like some coaches might not like that as much as we do. On the video team, we love it when people try to
Yeah.
dangle.
And the celebrations too are just now even more grandiose, I guess.
Yeah, that's a great word.
Thank
Wow,
you.
that's the first time we've used that on the pod, I think.
Probably.
But yeah, it's crazy what you guys have done so far.
Thank you.
And, yeah, it's insane.
Why do you keep playing ball hockey while you're pursuing this? Like, what keeps bringing you back?
It just keeps me like competitive edge, good cardio. I mean, it's like burning calories, especially when you're watching weight and everything. But I don't know. I definitely love it. Yeah, I definitely love hockey. But it's just keeps me sharp, keeps me sharp mentally. And I like to remind myself that I can still do it every once in a while.
Have you enjoyed this? Your first ever press tour here.
This is crazy. Yeah. I feel like that definitely needs some work in this category. I feel pretty good though.
Yeah,
So
you gotta
thanks for
get used to
having me.
this a little bit.
Yeah, the first of many, hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah, so now when you're in the UFC, you gotta let us and probably Rosie here walk out with you.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah, we did.
I threw her in there. Yeah, she got an intro. She's sleeping now.
Yeah. Thanks for bringing a dog for me.
Had to have the dog for the dog, you know?
That's good. That's good.
I looked it up. It's Lagrippo. Is that the guy?
Yes.
Like
That's
Griffo?
him. Yes.
March 28th.
Yep.
168 to 175.
There it is.
Lagrippo is who he's fighting.
All right,
So-
Lagrippo. We get him on next, I guess.
Send him this. Be like,
We just become a MMA podcast, I
Yeah.
guess. Whatever.
Commish Chat is now becoming an MMA podcast. Yeah.
Oh my God. Do you like when you're on the rink? I mean, people go after you because they know that you're an MMA fighter.
Yeah.
Does that just like make you laugh? Like how do you feel about that? Like you just like, I'm just not going to do anything because like it's not worth, you know.
Yeah, it's definitely not worth getting like kicked out of the league over. That's for sure. Yeah, it's a little annoying. I'm not gonna lie, it's a little annoying, but it's kind of funny to see like dudes like act tough, like we're playing hockey. Like it's like if they want to do something after the game, they can, but they don't. But,
Do you feel that more people come after you now that you have started pursuing?
yeah, I don't like to think like I am like that important in the world, but I feel like a little bit probably. Yeah,
It's interesting.
Like I would be the guy that would just be like not jabbing you, like with my stick, probably just like hitting the ankles, and then just like you turn around and just punch me in the face, and I'm just like, oh, like I probably shouldn't have done that. Like, but yeah, I mean, being able to like channel, I don't know, that like the aggressive side, I guess, when you're playing like a team sport like that. Like,
yeah, I'm
it's probably a little
I'm
challenging.
definitely there to play hockey,
Yeah.
and that's like.
That's it.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Right.
there for. So I don't really want to have to dealing with any of that stuff.
Yeah.
But
Has it changed the way you play hockey? Like, has anything about your game changed because of things you've learned through fighting?
I think just to like every moment counts. Like you have to execute every second, because like if you don't, you're gonna get not hurt, but you're gonna be on the losing side of things. So it's like every second counts. You gotta be sharp. So
Great question.
great question. That was good.
I'll switch places with TJ next time.
Yeah. I tried. I feel like
Yeah, good questions. I'm not good at answering questions. I never really have.
You
I
could
was
fight.
horrible at school. So like that felt like a test to me. No, I'm kind of kidding, but kind of not at the same time though. It did feel.
you passed, I'd say.
Yeah, maybe I was like a C for his best, but
C's get degrees, Dennis. How about if you could fight any NHLer?
any NHLer?
Yeah, past or present.
That's a good question. I don't really.
Past, present, don't have to be playing
Paul
now.
Bizzin-
Or
that,
future, if you see any like
I would
U11s
love-
that you want to fight when they grow up, you know?
Nah, I mean, growing up, I definitely would have wanted to fight Crosby, just
Oh,
because
yeah.
he was such a little.
Agreed.
Like, he was such a rat, but he's pretty good though.
Matthew Kachuk.
Yeah,
Brady Kachuk.
the younger one's a beast.
Yeah.
He looks pretty strong. I think he just fought Tom Wilson.
Yeah, I saw that. It's a heavyweight.
Yeah, I watched the fight. I thought there was going to be some more like slugging. They were just kind
Yeah.
of
They
grappling each other.
If
the whole
any
time.
NHL player wants to do like a fight for money, I'm in.
Heard it here
Well, did you ever
first.
see the it's run by AJ, I'm gonna butcher his last name, Galante from the Danbury Trashers. He has like a league where it's like you fight but on skates.
They do that in Russia too, I think.
Do they? That seems
That's
pretty
crazy.
Russian.
Yeah, I'm good on the skates. I don't need any of that. If they want to come to the feet,
Yeah, it's just like
fine.
sanctioned ice fighting, basically.
Yeah.
Ice cage fighting. I forget what that's called, but yeah, it's something like that.
All right, we'll have to clip this and tag him. See if we can get Dennis get him a pro ice skating fight.
Yeah.
Add that to the resume.
See how the money is on that.
Yeah.
So all right, say we're in an octagon. It's me, G, and TJ versus you. How long are we lasting? Like, what's the strategy?
Honestly,
What's the
pretty quick.
actually add Ty, add Rosie too. We got 5 of us in there. Actually, take Rosie out.
Rosie, no, keep
Take Rosie
Rosie
out.
in there because I'd be worried about stepping on her, so she'd slow me down.
Yeah, actually, Rosie's a good distraction.
Yeah.
We'd have
What were
to
we talking about, though? We were talking about 4 of you in the octagon and what's happening?
like.
I don't think we make it out of the first round, I'll be honest with you.
Definitely not.
I mean, he
don't
tosses
think.
me.
No,
I don't think so.
no. I mean, around how long?
My fight's about to be 3 minutes. Professionally, it's 5.
So you're giving each of us 45 seconds. Less than 45 seconds, essentially, saying we're out by the end of the first round. Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah, it could be 45 seconds total.
Just one body kick and I'm probably dying.
Yeah, I was gonna say-
like I'm just throwing up or like breaking ribs or something,
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
I've seen like when I watch like the NFL, sometimes I'll see someone take a hit, and I'm like, if that happened to me, I would die. Like I would be dead. And I don't think it's any different from MMA.
Yeah,
I
I
feel
mean,
like I take one of them
worse.
hits, I'm done.
No, that's legit. Those guys are crazy.
One leg kick, just broken leg.
Yeah, depending how we're lined up in the beginning, like if we're lined up like perfectly in height order, you could probably kick from TJ up and get all of us in one kick.
Like AT&T raising the bar.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, you could probably get us in about 3 or 4 seconds if you
Yeah.
really wanted to. Whoever's the last in line. Who's
Nah,
the
it would
tallest? I guess
depend
you or
on you
Ty?
guys would
Ty, how
have to
tall are
be
you?
super aggressive.
How
That
tall
would
are
be
you?
your best bet. Just
Yeah, I'm the tallest.
all
Let's
at
go.
once.
Maybe we'll have to
could
find.
kick
There's
you
got to be
face
some
last.
other player in the league. There's got to be some other player in the league that has trained MMA or something. We need to
For
coordinate.
ball
Just-
hockey?
Yeah.
There's a couple guys that do jiu-jitsu out in BG from Mass. I
Oh,
know he
yeah.
does
Oh, yeah,
jiu-jitsu. Yeah.
But we'll just do our own NBHL MMA fight event at some point.
That would be
Yeah, that's going to be the halftime show, the
Yes.
Elite Championships.
Hey, let me know.
Just bring an octagon out.
wait, so your fight is which weekend again? It's the
28th.
Is that
Two
that's
days
not
before opening day. Friday before opening day.
yeah, like are you a guarantee to play on Sunday?
Yeah, I got to do good. I got to do good in my fight. Yeah.
I guess there's some chance that you're not playing.
There's definitely a chance. Yeah. Yeah. Not going to sit here and act like it's
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Nah, you'll
no,
win.
my plan is to get the job done as clean as possible.
I mean, honestly, just get in there and pretend it's the 4 of us, and you probably win pretty quickly.
Like a strategy. Terrible strategy. Actually.
Yeah, if we watching the fight, we see Dennis laugh right before they start. We're like, okay, he did think about it.
Final moments before the bell goes or the whistle, whatever. It starts.
We are actually scheduled to play you that Sunday too. Dawgz Dogs opening day, because we do all the quarterfinal matchups and the finals matchups for opening day.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll probably have to boo him at the fight. Damn, that's crazy. Well, where can we find info on the fight? Like, it's just like on their website, I guess. Like, people can buy tickets. Like, how's it work? Like, attending the fight.
So anyone that that knows me from around here can message me. I'll have tickets soon. On my Instagram. Or you can go to deadseriousmma.com, I believe it is. And yeah, March 28th they'll be selling tickets. Denis DENIS _ Hickey _.
And can you stream the fight too online?
I'm sure you can stream it. Yeah, they
Yeah.
probably have a live stream going. Yeah.
Okay. I think I paid for one before.
Yeah, it's
$20 or something like
Yeah,
that.
Yeah, I'm
something
looking
like
on
that.
their Instagram. It says stream it live on our website. So yeah, they'll have it. And the fight's in Freehold, New
Yep.
Jersey.
in Freehold.
So best of luck.
Yeah, best
Thank
of
you.
luck. If you
Thank
want to
you.
support a fellow NBHLer, I forget all the information, but Dennis has laid it out multiple times.
No,
here.
hit me up for tickets. I'm also a personal trainer at Jet, so if anyone around here needs training, also hit up my Instagram.
Yeah, you train a couple ball hockey kids, right?
Yeah, I got a couple kids. Yep.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Is it just specifically fight training, or is it?
No, just fitness in general, health in general, or sports. Get ready for sports, anything like that. Yeah.
there we go. Dennis
Cool.
Hickey.
Thanks, guys.
Well
for
done.
joining.
Yeah, thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having me,
We
guys.
appreciate it. But yeah, thanks again, and
See you guys opening day.
tune in soon.
March
Yeah, opening
30th.
day coming
Yes,
up.
sir.
March
NBHL.
30th.
Let's go.
And thanks to Rosie too for being on the podcast.
Yeah, good job.
Thank you guys for bringing a dog. Is there anything that you guys want to ask me but don't know if you should?
I don't think so. Is there anything you can think of that like
You've
you'd
never
want-
killed someone, have you?
No.